What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Entre Mike, but the Entre is short for entrepreneur. This is a non-CDL trucking channel geared to help you guys learn about the industry. Like, comment, and subscribe. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Entre Mike back with another video. Welcome to the channel, man. We're Entre is short for entrepreneur. And this video is a little different, man. It's like something that I've been wanting to get off my chest due to just I've been doing a lot of research into hot shot. And in the midst, I've just been coming over older videos and newer videos about box trucking with newer content creators and also older ones too. And there's no problem with everybody showing their opinions, their views on box trucking, whether they've done it or not. Everybody's opinion is going to be different about getting into this space. So, me as a previous box truck owner operator who had partners in the business, and I'm 2 weeks away from getting my hot shot trailer. I know you guys probably can't see the board. I'm probably gonna have to get a bigger one, but I got the hot shot non-CDL startup cost video coming soon, probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But like I said, this is probably one of my last videos to kind of like, it's not really critiquing box truck owner operators, but this is something that as even me as a content creator, we have to do better at doing. So these are the 5 biggest misconceptions about box trucking. Okay, so this is one of the most prominent that I'm seeing on the YouTube space, that I'm seeing in Facebook groups, that it's impossible to make $5,000 a week in a box truck.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro,
So this is a very false narrative, and I say that everybody's situation is different. There's a difference between over the road, regional, and local. Some of you think you're over the road, but you're not. So over the road is basically no matter where you are for at least 2 to 3 to 4 to 6 weeks at a time, you're willing to hustle. You're willing to run, as long as it's not going to a dead zone, right? So if your dispatcher trying to send you to Mississippi or trying to send you to Utah, Colorado, they're not doing their job right? But if you're continuously moving in the right areas, making the right type of money at decent rates, you can make it work. There's a difference between gross and net values. We make the big numbers for the thumbnail, and it's not that they're dishonest. So let's take, for instance, your gross at net, your gross at work, right? Like a job like, okay, me working at Kroger, right? I was fixed at a rate of $11 an hour. But as I go out throughout the week, if I worked 100 hours, not $100, if I worked 40 hours, it didn't mean I was making $44. That was the gross amount. I only probably brought home 300. So it's not like gross and net values they're not like that for everyday jobs. You just take, your net value and what you're making on a salary job, but your gross is always going to be different. It doesn't change when you create your own business. The gross numbers may look more appealing, but I also preach you may not be taking no more than 40% home, depending on if you own your truck, if you're renting, financing. Some have said they made more than 50%. But if you're going to make more than 50% of the gross, you have to, if you want to net more than 50% of your gross, you're going to have to keep moving. Box trucking is not something that you can work 2 or 3 days and do. I don't know who's teaching this narrative. I don't know who's teaching this narrative that you can literally work overnight only, right? So you can work 3 days out of the week, and it can be part-time on the weekend, and you can work from 8 a.m. to 4 p. or 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. I don't know who's teaching that, but I've had some people, message me and say, "Hey man, is this possible?"
oh, killing me with this.
And I'm like, why would you think that's possible? Truck driving isn't something where when people get into it, they're known for not moving. They're known for being gone. They're known for taking that sacrifice for the family and being away. That's what trucking is. It's not like it's gonna change with box trucks when you're making less money and you're taking home less money. I don't understand where that narrative is coming from. I have never taught it. I'm gonna just be real and say that I've never taught it. So on to the next one. You can get rich with one box truck. Like I said, this is emotionally immature. I've never claimed that. I don't think any other YouTube channel. I hope to God I haven't missed over a couple of channels where they're telling you you can be rich off of one box truck.
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
Or rich off of one hot shot, or rich off of one semi. It's not a thing. Being a fleet owner is one thing when you have 2-3 trucks, passive income. Man, it's a lot of ways to make money in trucking, but it sure as hell ain't gonna come from one truck. You know, the goal for every YouTuber, I don't think is staying committed to one truck. It's about growing into a fleet in the future, whether that take 2 months like some other YouTubers, or it take, 2 or 3 years or 5 years, whenever you're ready. But getting rich with one just doesn't make sense. Can you make a decent income by yourself? Yes. Will you be rich with one? No. It just doesn't make sense. Most people don't calculate their personal expenses in their net profits, right? Most people don't. And my personal overhead, I didn't have any rent. I had car insurance and I had a phone bill because I was still staying at my mama's place. So I'm paying $200 every month. So the little money I'm making, other people probably can't survive off of $3 to $4 grand a month. But down where I'm from in the South, that's pretty decent money. Now, if I made it seem like it was misleading, the money was good for me. I've had some people say, "Hey man, how did you save up to get a home?" Well, the down payment for this home was $3,400.
Oh, killing me with this.
Right? It's a home. It's a very small home. This home wasn't even worth $100,000. It wasn't worth 90. It wasn't worth 80. This is a very small townhome. You get what I'm saying? 1,100 square feet in Middle Georgia. It's not that expensive. You know what I'm saying? So, and even still, with me being the owner of a home, it's still pretty convenient. It's very convenient. It's less than the average rent around here. On to the next one. The $2 a mile myth, and this is probably the most aggravating one in box trucks groups, on YouTube, everywhere, bro.
Y'all trying to kill me?
Everywhere. Now, I know there are Amazon people out there doing it. Maybe not round trip every time, but there are people out there making $2 a mile on a dedicated contract. It may not be paying much. I haven't seen one paying, $800-900 a day in a box truck, but it may be some out there that I'm unaware of. I know people in this space. I know people who grinding every day doing this same type of work, who've been doing it for 2 to 3 to 4 years, personally, and I still don't know why this narrative is pushed so much that you cannot operate for anything less than $2. I mean, there are people who are contingent on the fact that if it's a load paying less than $2 a mile, I won't move, and that's probably why they don't gross as much. So now let me be very clear: you can still be profitable if you don't move. Maybe for less than $2 a mile in some areas, like maybe the Midwest. Maybe you can make that work. And maybe they're not calculating their deadhead or the round trip. Maybe they're just looking at what's on the load board, what's in front of them. But this $2 a mile myth needs to stop. It needs to stop because people, if it's a 5-foot partial going 1,000 miles, yeah, they might charge $500 on it because somebody who's already got 20 feet or a tractor who got 53 feet worth of space and they've only used up maybe 3/4 of it, that 5 feet ain't doing nothing to it. So it's just an extra $500 going to the same direction. There's nothing wrong with booking partials if they're really a partial. And most rates look well in decent areas. If you're trying to get out of freaking Texas, Nebraska, Arizona, Florida, and you wanting $2-3 a mile, I mean, you just got to learn more about the transport. I'm still learning about the transportation industry, especially when it comes to booking loads. I don't even have my trailer yet, and I'm still looking for. I've been cold calling brokers, trying to see how often they get these routes in Georgia. Those are the type of things you have to do. I've been talking to people personally. I've been going to sites personally to see what work I can find for my truck before I've got it. Those are the things I'm learning from a previous business I came from. I'm trying to find work for my truck before I get it. Now I know this business is still profitable, and I know I'll still be able to make it work. And if I have to go over the road, I will. But I've done research. I'm just trying to put things in place before I finalize it. I almost had one, but I couldn't hold enough. But that's another topic. That may be another video. Um, like I said, and my email is open. So if you average over $2 a mile for just 30 to 60, show me proof, man. And also, like I said, getting $2 a mile, that's kind of what everybody should strive for. But at the same time, it's not the only thing that makes everybody profitable. Everybody has different margins. I talked to a freight broker. He told me there are people who can make it happen with 70, 80 cents a mile. I got a good question too. It was like that. Yeah. Do you think people that take, they call it cheap freight, right? I'm sorry, guys. So do you think people taking those rates under $1 a mile, even if it works for them, do you think people like that are cancer to the trucking community? Like,
oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Back with that word cheap freight. All right. What is cheap freight?
I just refer to it as anything under my cost to operate. And it's like if it's a 26, if I got a 26-foot box truck and I got 26 feet of freight, if it's less than $1.50, $1.40 a mile because it's my cost to operate, I see it as cheap freight to me because it just doesn't make sense for me to take it.
All right. Cheap freight is like Einstein's theory of relativity.
Okay.
Time is relative. Cheap freight is relative. I know an owner-operator of a tractor trailer that can run for like 75 cents.
Shoot.
All right.
And that's not really paying their salary, but those are the truck expenses that allows that truck to move. Now, I'm saying in a box truck, I've seen on average anywhere from 120 to maybe 150 cost per mile. And that's up to you to calculate your cost per mile and know what it takes for it to be profitable and what it takes for it to be, very profitable, or what it takes for just your truck to move, period. A little bit besides fuel, but your expenses as well, But just this $2 a mile myth, it needs to stop. Because you got a lot of people who probably gonna go out of business because they're afraid to move for anything less than $2 a mile. No matter where they are, they could be in Florida and they're just like, bro, I'm not moving unless it's $2 a mile.
Y'all killing me with this.
And it gotta stop. It gotta stop, man. Gotta stop. That's including deadhead, by the way. This is another one that you have to team, bro. Like if you want to make money in a box truck, you got to team drive. And this one just doesn't make sense. I mean, we've explained in every single video, we cannot run more hours just because of the fact that it was two people. You got to have a sleeper. Now, if you got a sleeper, you can do more expedited freight. You can travel 1,200 miles in one day. But an average person, you're not doing no more than 700 miles. I don't care if it's no traffic. I don't care if your truck's not governed, right? That's just the common sense behind it. So no, you cannot team a box truck without a sleeper. And then I'm gonna talk a little bit about couples. There's a lot of couples channels coming out. There is nothing wrong with having couples channel. There, like I said, it's an advantage to have a couples channel or be a couple in a box truck rather than having a business partner. Because let's say, y'all bringing home 3 or 4 a month, right? 3 or 4 a month each separately. Yeah. So we got to take that money and take that to our families. But when you're a couple, that 7 to 9 or 10 grand, that's all together. That's what y'all take home as a family, as a household. So it's not really the same as having a business partner where you're really splitting profits. There ain't no splitting profits. Y'all profit is y'all profits together, right? But that's just a small thing I wanted to touch up on. I think it can make sense for two people to be together if you're doing like I plan on, hopefully, if I can convince my fiance to come with me, to come over the road with me and Hot Shot, because everyone on YouTube is 110% real. So everybody on this space ain't really being transparent and honest about everything. That's just very untrue. And I'm saying it right now. We as content creators have to do better at being more blunt and transparent. I'm nowhere near one of the biggest, right? I'm not even top 5. There's some YouTubers out here who are growing at an exponential rate from box trucking. So that means a lot of people are looking to get into this space. And this isn't a way for me to clout chase. it's a way for me to kind of make light of my name, because it's not been too much criticism. I've seen one video where a dude was basically saying, don't buy the box truck hype. Shout out to him. It was a great video. He explained how basically what I'm saying, the little money that we were making could be profit. It could be good for us, but it's not good for everybody. And I guess I didn't state it enough and make it seem like our personal expenses or my personal expenses were not as intense as somebody with 3 kids, a mortgage, and a car note would have to pay, right? So if I'm paying $200, $300 a month on my expenses, and you're paying 2, 3, 4 grand a month, then you bringing home 3, 4, 5 grand ain't really gonna do you no better. You might as well stay at your 9 to 5. Now, is that saying you always gonna make 3, 4, 5 grand in this business a month? Like I'm looking at Hot Shot. My realistic goal is to gross anywhere from 15 to 20 and bring home anywhere from 6 to 8. That's my realistic goal when getting into Hot Shot. I don't think my take home is going to be anywhere north of 7 to 10,000. Like it may be around that hopefully $7,000 range. If I'm really grinding, I can bring home 7 grand a month, and that is great money for me. I can't explain it. Like down here in Middle Georgia, 7 grand a month. That's something that a software engineer is getting paid, right? That's more than what a teacher's getting paid down here. So it's not like if I got 7 grand a month and I can invest maybe 3 back into my business every month, then I'll have a semi in a year. That's my mindset behind it. But everybody can't have the same goals, mindsets, and margins as me. And I'm just gonna make that more blunt. I'm not like when I start Hot Shot, it's not gonna be a bunch of flashy numbers. I'm not gonna be out here trying to tell you what you can and cannot do. It's just gonna be more of a vlog. If you guys want to know more about it, email me, and I got that in the description. But I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna force these ridiculous prices for courses you gotta buy. Like it's just for people who completely lost, don't know what they're getting into. Yeah, I got one course you can buy. I do not sell a dream to anyone, nor will I ever. The money may be good for me and my overhead expenses, but it may not be for you. And although, if you need help and you seriously interested, hit me up at the email right there or go to entremike.com, and there's a bunch of things that can help you out on there. This is the last thing, man. Oh, this is like the free information in the description, and I need more. So these are, you guys have seen Daniel, the insurance representative, trucking funder Jay, dispatching. Hit up contact AF dispatcher, and this is me reaching out to other dispatching companies. If you have credible resources, if you got relationship with brokers, if you can show me your margins, what you're hitting, what you're making, email me, let me know. And me as a content creator, I'm just trying to help people get more value in my channel. So I'm trying to get people to come out and help. It's not that many resources online, like Facebook groups and stuff that can really help you like that. That's not to say anybody on Facebook groups are incredible. That's not to say everybody on YouTube is credible. But I'm really trying to bring more value to my channel. That's why I think I'm not even a professional to speak on most of this stuff. So I'll bring more people on. And if that's what I got to keep doing, I will. So y'all just let me know. Let me know what y'all want to see in the future. Let me know what process y'all in. So it's your boy Entre Mike, and I'm out. Peace. So man, was I able to answer all your questions?
Man, definitely, Mike. Man, I was a little lost, man. I had so many questions in my mind going on. I'm like, man, I can't do this. Like, what about this and this and that? But man, talking to this, man, how long? About 30, 40 minutes, man.
Yeah.
And that, man, answer all my questions, man. I feel like I feel more like lightheaded, man. I feel like I'm ready to go, man. I just gotta take this, keep going, keep hitting it hard, and it's gonna be a struggle. But
I was just letting people know I can bring value. No matter how new you are, if you're unexperienced, this channel is targeted to help the newer people. So if you guys got questions, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to hit me up. The link for the consultations or my website will be down below. Hit me up.